So after episode 1, here's what our squad's looking like. We got 2 people that are really good at all-around combat, and we got 2 people that are really good at manning turrets. I think this should be enough to defend a base, so starting in this episode, we're going to get a base set up. To help us set up the base, there's a lost library outpost pretty close by that has a lot of building materials. So we sent Lubu and the red hair back over to scavenge it when we got ambushed by this guy Antione, who I don't think is going to put up much of a fight. We're going to drop Lubu's backpack, and they should be able to just rip this guy up. They got him twice in the arm. That arm is not going to be doing too good. His stomach's now at 18. His chest is also not good, and now he's unconscious. We scavenged a bunch of goods and we were heading back to Shark when we got ambushed yet again, and the red hair is absolutely tearing Randolph apart. The red hair took out Randolph before Lubu was even able to do much damage to Elizabeth. Although in Lubu's defense, I guess Elizabeth does have better stats. And oh no, the red hair got knocked out. I don't know if Lubu's gonna be able to take this girl on. She's pretty decent and he's kind of getting destroyed here. He hit her pretty hard in the head there. If we just get one more headshot, she'll be donezo. This fight is lasting quite a while and Lubu has taken some hits, but he is training up his toughness skill as he gets hit, so I guess it's fine. And Lubu got knocked out. He's now fighting on the ground. We sent Noom over here who is really good at combat and he should be able to finish this girl off. There we go, we got some wax on her. And another one. And there we go. Noom took her out. He needs to bandage up the red hair. It is currently dying and it's at -72 on its chest. It will survive though, as will Lubu, and he's just gonna have to walk that one off. Meanwhile, in the last episode, we picked up a prisoner that has a bounty of 30k on his head. We sent Erdat through the Sten Desert, did not find anywhere to sell him, and then we sent him south to this town down here called Clownsteady. And at Clownsteady, there's actually quite a battle going on between the United Cities and I guess the Kingdom. These Kingdom Knights are committing crimes and they're getting knocked out. Like this one over here is unconscious and he has a really high quality Naginata. It sells for 3.7 and he's also got some decent equipment as well. We're just gonna yoink all that stuff. This guy over here also has some food, a string of cats, a specialist shirt, some nice boots. And wow, it looks like they dropped a lot of Najinatas on the ground. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that all sell for I think like 2k. Then there's this Swish Greatsword, which is purple. This thing is insane. It does 1.9 cutting damage, 1.7 blunt damage. We definitely want to get this back to base. This is a really nice sword. We need to get Erdat like a backpack though, because just with this Swish Greatsword in his weapon slot, he's not even able to pick up any of these Najinatas. Never mind, it looks like they have no backpack seller here, so we're just going to have to sell these off one by one, which is not going to take that long, I guess. There's only 4 more Najinatas. Alrighty, well, after selling off all those weapons and that gear, we're up to 31k now, and Erdat just put the weapon on the prisoner he's carrying, because for some reason, if you put stuff on the prisoner that you're carrying, it will lower your entire load. I'm not really sure how that works, but he's still moving at a pretty cool 19 miles per hour, able to outrun most threats. On our quest to sell the prisoner, we hit up the Grand Bazaar and could not find anyone that would buy him, but at Gilly's Hold, there's yet another battle going on, this time again between the Kingdom and I guess the Gillies. The trick with looting in a battle like this is you only want to loot bodies from one faction and not the one that's winning, because right now we're committing a crime and anybody from the Kingdom will attack us because we're looting Kingdom bodies. Like Kingdom Ninja is going to attack us actually right now. How dare you? Get them. And Erdat's just going to run until this guy de-aggroes and aggroes onto something else. And there he goes, he's off of us now. And now we're gonna loot this Kingdom Squire, or the Kingdom Ninja Master too, actually. Masterwork grade armored hood, masterwork grade assassin's rags, samurai cloth pants too, wooden sandals, and a blackened chainmail. All this guy's gear is masterwork. It doesn't sell for that much though. The only thing that really sells is the blackened chainmail for 2.2k. Well, that was enough fat loot for us. We made out like a freaking bandit. We just picked up so many swords, it's actually insane. I don't know what to do with all these. All this equipment should slow us down by quite a bit, but if we just put the backpack on Garobu, it's pretty much not slowing us down at all. And we're moving at 20 miles per hour, which is a decent speed. So we got up at 33k and we've been saving up for a few things. Mainly back at Mudtown, there was this robot named Elizabeth that we could hire for 25k, assuming we were able to do the dialogue puzzle, and she's actually a really good robot. She has really good combat, like 57 melee attack, 31 defense, 60 toughness as well, which is really nice. Also has 47 heavy weapons, but the main thing is that she's good at turrets, 42 with turrets, and with robots they don't need to eat, so we can just plant her on a turret indefinitely and she will never need to leave it. She also came with a couple skeleton repair kits and those sell for around 9k, so her total cost only ended up being around 14k. As we were looking for a pretty suitable base location in the swamp, we came across a mutant blood spider fighting a megaraptor, and the megaraptor got absolutely destroyed. It was also getting picked apart by a lot of little mini raptors, and I think the megaraptor actually has some nice loot on it. First though, we're gonna have to aggro this mutant blood spider away, and we're gonna have Green go loot this thing. Yeah, it has 10 horns of the Megaraptor on it. Each are worth 1,500 and a ton of animal skin and raw meat. After taking on the Megaraptor, the mutant blood spider headed into the town of Shark, and it is absolutely just destroying people. It's just one-shotting these swampers, like they are standing no chance, and they haven't even done much damage to it. The spider's been going to town on these swampers, but its blood meter's about to be at 0, and I think that means it's gonna be knocked out unconscious. And yeah, there it goes. It's only gonna be unconscious for 23 seconds though. We gotta get someone in there to loot it, and we could actually finish it off here. Wait, where's it going? That thing ended up flying out of here, and now it's unfortunately no longer unconscious, but it is bleeding out. I think it will heal itself though. We gotta get in there and loot it. And yeah, wait, this is all it has? Some animal claws, some skin, some raw meat, and some teeth. 5 raw meat for this thing? Are you kidding me? Well, now we know that mutant blood spiders are not worth killing, that's for sure. I'm pretty surprised that they didn't have like some kind of epic claws or something on them that was worth a lot. Or at least a lot of like foul raw meat. I mean, that thing could have had like 100 raw meat on it at least, if not like 200. I'm pretty sure that loot table was just a regular spider loot table too. And yeah, that was clearly not a regular spider. Well, what we did make up in loot from looting the mutant blood spider, we're about to gain by looting the bodies of all these guards. It is nighttime, and a silver shade does sneak around. I believe we can loot any of these guards, and like Eugenia's from the mercenary guild. Her equipment's not so good, but this guy, the Undertaker Agency, I guess his name is, that's not his affiliation because he's part of the Hounds, that's just his name. He has this moon cleaver, which is actually a really nice weapon. It's a Katoon 5 moon cleaver and does pretty good damage and has a good amount of armor pen. We'll yoink that baby, and the basket hat actually gives some extra stealth. We'll put that on silver shade. And here we go, this Hound guard, I guess, has a pretty nice ring saber. Before we set out to make a base, we want to research a few more things, and down to the southwest there's a swamped lab. There is no enemies here at this swamp lab, and upstairs there's a pretty good amount of loot, I think. Unfortunately we can't pick this safe, but we were able to pick this metal box on the first attempt with a 9.9% chance, and we got map of the Ashlands, which we could sell that for 2.5, but I think we'll just learn it. And actually that just put the Ashland dome on the map. Maybe we should have sold that. We picked the other metal box, and there's some research blueprints in here. Nothing that's all that crazy though. They're all valued at 500 a pop. We need to get somebody decent at lockpicking to come back and pick this ancient safe and this safe. There should be some good loot in there. To the southwest of the swamp lab, we explored an empty ruin, and we found a red saber hideout, which apparently has 24 residents here. I'm hoping they're not all inside, and there's only a few inside so that we can take them on. Okay, wait, there's a lot in there. Yeah, we're not taking these guys on. Never mind on that. One of the red sabers chased us down, and it turns out that it was a red saber boss who had this Me Too horse chopper. I believe Me Too is the best quality in the game, and that is really random. In the original Kenshi, there was only a few Me Toos. He also has some pretty decent gear, like this armored rag skirt and these armored rags. Oh, and this red saber boss actually has a bounty on his head for 10k. All right, well, we're gonna pick him up, and I guess we'll bring him back to Shark. I think they will buy him there. That was actually pretty funny how that whole thing played out. And as we were heading back to Shark, we got ambushed by some red sabers. It looks like there's not that many of them though. I think we should be able to take them. And it looks like Noom is actually doing a lot of work. I think he just took out 2 people pretty much by himself. It's just 1 red saber up, and this guy actually has a bounty of 4k on his head. We made it back to Shark, and there's a couple people fighting guards. A lethal swamp ninja had this guardless katana which sells for 3.4k, and he also has a bounty on his head for 4k. We can pick him up. We should be able to pawn them all off of this agent in Shark. I think this is the faction that they're at war with. They will not buy the red saber boss. Apparently the agent will only buy these specific types of people. We did just pick up a lethal swamp ninja, and I think we picked up a tough red saber earlier. Yeah, we had a tough red saber and a lethal swamp ninja he should also buy as well. Well, that was a nice 8k profit, and overall that run was pretty good. We ended up giving the Me Too horse chopper to Noom. Being that it is a saber class, it's pretty light, and being that it's Me Too, it does really good damage. An even lighter weapon though is this MK4 katana, which does a little bit less damage, but it's quicker. Because Lubu can swing it quicker, it's gonna level up his dex quicker, and being that it does only cutting damage, it's gonna give him only dexterity XP. You actually don't want blunt damage when you're training up skills, because if a weapon has really high blunt damage, it doesn't do anything. If, for example, I was trying to train up strength, I would want a weapon that weighs a lot. Earlier we went out on that exploration mission to collect some books, but we didn't end up finding any. It ended up being okay though, because over time we were able to buy a good amount of them from the general goods trader. They are kind of expensive, 600 a pop, but we have 16 of them, and we got 7 half-eaten ones. I'm not sure what we can do with those. It says that we can make a new one with several, but I don't know how to do that yet. With 6 books, we can now research into tech level 2, and that's going to unlock a ton of tech. All right, we unlocked the tier 2 tech, and we're having this dude Wallman build us a tier 2 research bench. We picked this guy up in one of the taverns in the southern towns when we were trying to sell off our prisoner, and this dude's really good at building. He's got 40 in engineer. So yeah, he's gonna build that up pretty quickly. We could actually just go straight for tech level 3 as we have 10 books, but I think we want to research some stuff first, like beds, for example. Definitely gonna want some mounted crossbows as well, and some defensive walls. Defensive walls plus crossbows are 10 books though. We're gonna need 2 more books for defensive walls, and we'll just pick those up from the general goods trader when he gets more stock, which shouldn't take too long. I think after every day he gets a bunch more in stock. Being that it is nighttime, we might actually be able to sneak into the shop and steal some. Silvershade actually lost one of his legs earlier. I think it got bitten off by one of those giant mutant spiders. Because he's crawling, he gets a 100% bonus to stealth, and now he has 60 stealth. And like this guard over here that's mounting this turret cannot even see him. I don't think there's a way to get on the ground unless you lose a leg too, so it's actually not that bad that he lost a leg. And there we go, we finally got it. Let's get in here and let's see if they have any books. There's 2 guys sleeping here, and I don't know if we can actually steal from them. Yeah, 48% chance only to steal any of this stuff. Basically means like he's gonna make noise as he tries to grab stuff out of these chests. And yeah, I don't think it's worth it. And wait, was this guy here the whole time? Lloyd mounting this turret? I don't know, maybe he was and I just didn't see him. That wasn't a total loss though. Silvershade did get a few level ups to his lockpicking. He's now at 15 lockpicking. I'm not sure what level lockpicking he needs to go back down to that labs and lockpick those ancient safes. As far as our money situation, Erdat looted a ton of weapons earlier, which we have not sold yet. This Juggernaut short cleaver sells for 10k as well, and it's not even that good. It was one of the Juggernaut weapons that Lubu started with. We can't actually sell this ring saber here because we stole it from the hounds and there's only a 40% chance of fencing it. A lot of these weapons have a pretty low fencing chance here because like the seller recognizes that it's a hound weapon, but if we were to go to any other towns that were not owned by the hounds, we could fence them off easily. The Juggernaut heavy longsword also sells for 13k, and with that we are up to 40k now, and we still have a few extra weapons to spare. So I finally found what looks like a really cool base location on this hill over here. We are still in the swamp and we're fairly close to sharks, so we can trade with them, and this hill looks pretty defensible. There's not a lot of ways to get up on top. We're gonna have to block off the back over here because there is a way to get up. Like this part's too steep, but then right here I think they can get up. Yeah, so we're gonna have to wall that off, and then over here as well they can also get up. And so we're gonna have to wall off that side also. All right, it's kind of hard to see because there's currently fog rolling through, but we completely wall off the backside. If we try to have wallmen walk through these walls, he cannot get through. He's gonna have to go all the way around. That took quite a lot of building materials to do, and to get more building materials, we can buy them from the general goods trader, but they only stock up so many per day, and we're actually kind of running low just by building that wall. So we're gonna plop down a stone mine. There's not really a great place to put this thing, and in most of our base, we get really low yields of stone, like 0% all the way over here, 3%. There was like 8 over here, but then as we get closer over this way, it starts going up. And if we build it anywhere along this line, we get a 50% yield. So we're gonna have to build it kind of on the edge of the base, but that's completely fine. We can still wall it in. And to process that stone into building materials, we're gonna build a manual stone processor. Essentially the way this stuff works is we can assign up to 3 workers to mine stone. And Miu's got 60 farming, so we want her to be the farmer, but for now she's got 40 laboring, so she can do that. Noom also has 51 laboring, so we'll have him work the stone mine, and Wallman's actually got pretty decent laboring with 36, and because he's a hive worker drone, he gets a 1.2 racial XP bonus to laboring. So we're gonna set them up and have their jobs be operate machine stone mine. What is this guy doing? Desert diver. Wait, he's attacking this mega crab. What is this thing doing in our base, by the way? That's a bit scary. Should we help him out? It's actually not that strong, I think. Like, I don't think it can one-shot people. We are surrounding the crap out of this thing, and ooh, no, it's hitting people pretty hard. Elizabeth went down, the robot. And Lubu got just absolutely demolished, but we took the crab out. Part of me kind of wishes we let the desert diver get taken out because I think that guy has some really good equipment. Like, yeah, he's a wandering trader and he's got a lot of good stuff on him. We should have definitely let him get taken out by that crab. Well, it's safe to say I did kind of mess that one up. We should have let the desert diver get taken out first, but the mega crab had 5 mega crab ganglions, which sell for 3k each, and he had a bunch of meat on him too. I will say one cool thing about trading with this desert diver guy is he will give us a markup for the mega crab ganglion. He'll buy each for $37.50 a pop versus the average price is only 3k. But yeah, as I was explaining how we're going to manufacture building materials before the mega crab so rudely interrupted, essentially Kenshi has this really cool job system where if we prioritize operating machine manual stone processor, they will drag the stone over to the manual stone processor and work on that. And when there's no stone around, if we have operating machine stone mine as their second job, if they can't operate machine manual stone processor because there's no stone inside of it, they will go over and hit the stone mine. And so essentially this automates the whole process and we don't have to do anything, and they will just continually manufacture building materials. We also had a message pop up a while ago that we're getting attacked pretty soon by bandits, and I think they're coming in, and ooh, it looks like they're pretty armored slavers with like relatively decent stats. Wait, why are there so many of them? There is, I want to say like 20 to 30 of them. This is not good. On second thought, as the saying goes, that is not a hill worth dying on. Literally, we're not about to die on that hill. After the raid left, we sent everyone back to the swamp pound, I'm gonna call it. We got some bounty outlaws patrolling nearby. Their strongest person, this guy in the middle, has a bounty of 8.2k, and he's just a hive worker drone. And though he has really good stats, like he has 77 dodge, 60 toughness, 49 attack, he does not have very high HP. So we're just gonna have everyone attack him right away. And everyone's just gonna focus on this dude. If we can just get him down, I feel like we could potentially do this. We hit him in the head, his head's down to 60. His head's like the tankiest part of him. We got his arm down, chest. His head's down to 4. We just need to hit him one more. Okay, there we go, he's unconscious. The red hair got taken out. It's knocked out, but Lubu's still pretty much at full HP. Noom's doing really well too. He's not got hit really at all. Elizabeth's also doing well. And yeah, it looks like we're definitely gonna win this. Just one of them left, and yeah, we got them all. Very nice. We're gonna wanna save as many of these people as we can. The main one we wanna save though is Buford, because yeah, he has a bounty of 8.2. And the problem for us right now is we don't currently have the ability to make prisoner cages, so even if we were to save all these guys, we wouldn't have anywhere to store them. We're gonna strip all their equipment. They actually have some pretty good stuff, like this katana sells for 1800, and this katana sells for 2600. And so like, even if we don't end up saving them, we still can strip their gear and get a nice profit for selling all that off. Ooh, this guy had a Katin 7 katana. That one sells for 4k, very nice. We might actually keep this one. I think we want katanas for everyone to level up their decks. You know, on second thought, we are actually able to carry them. Oh, what the heck is that? That is a mega crab, and that thing is stronger than the other one that we were getting attacked by earlier. We're gonna have the red hair just aggro it away. Oh man, that thing's scary. You know, actually with this aggro method, we might be able to aggro this mega crab back to the swamper base, and they could take it on for us. I don't think we want our people to take it on, especially because a lot of people did just get wounded in that last fight, and they're still healing up their injuries. Okay, so using the aggro method's not the easiest. We're gonna have Erdat shoot at the crab with this crossbow we picked up earlier. I don't even know if he can hit it. He has like 10 crossbows only. Crab's actually stuck here. We might be able to get some free shots off on it. There we go. We tagged it for 58 on its left leg. We did some damage to it. I'm actually kind of surprised because it has 50 toughness. And though Erdat doesn't have very good crossbows, he does have good dex. And ooh, we tagged it again. I think it might be regenning quicker than he can kill it though, maybe. There we go. He tagged it again, this time in the chest. And I mean, the blood meter is going down slowly, extremely slowly. It's going to take a while. And actually, before we even get this thing low, we're probably going to end up running out of heavy bolts. Probably have to send someone back to town to grab some more bolts. Back at Shark, they don't have a bow vendor, so I couldn't find any more ammo, but I did come across this guy with a 7k bounty on his head named Marty. He asked if we enjoy the hospitality of the United Cities. If we say yes, he says I see and keeps walking, but if we say no, he talks about how he led a coup to crush the United Cities, but his men were cut down and he got exiled. He then asks us to join his campaign to crush the United Cities, and if we do, he joins us, but we lose 10 relation with the United Cities. I don't think negative 10 relations is enough for them to attack us on sight, and this guy's actually really good, so I think that was worth it. He's got really solid attributes, weapon skills, combat, almost 50 melee attack, 40 defense, and he's good at turrets. I do also find it funny he has 20 in assassination but nothing in stealth. I'm pretty sure in order to assassinate something or at least knock them out, you have to be stealthed. We did also manage to find some heavy bolts in the carnage that was left by the mutant spider attack earlier, and I forgot we also looted this really crappy junk bow earlier, and it does have some ammo for it. So we were bringing that stuff back to Erdat so we could use it on the mega crab when I noticed something else was attacking it. This swamp thresher shooting at it from really far away. This thing fires burst shot counts of 6, and when it hits, it actually does pretty good damage, 77 and 73 there. I think we'll let the thresher help us finish off this mega crab, and then we're gonna turn on this thresher. All right, the crab's chest is really low and it's bleeding out really hard. We're gonna send everyone in, and oh, the red hair is getting attacked. We got into melee range of it though, and now it's only using melee attacks, and I don't think it's all that good in melee. Yeah, we're completely ripping it up. Its leg is almost gone. Its head's pretty low. If we can just knock its head one more time, and there we go. It's now rebooting. The red hair did take quite a licking though as it was charging the thrasher, and that was just a one round of shots. I guess those things are extremely powerful, and it had this thrasher weapon mount and this thrasher harpoon, which apparently was only shoddy quality. I can only imagine what a decent quality thrasher harpoon would hit like, and yeah, this thing has insane range, 158 meters, versus like this junk bow only has a range of 32 meters. The thrasher also had some iron plates, electrical components, and it had a CPU unit which sells for 6k. We also had Erdat catch up to the crab, and now we're going to try to finish it off. Its chest is only at 35, and they retagged it for 21 only with this junk bow. Yeah, this thing really sucks. Its chest at 5 HP, just hit once in the chest and it's going to go down. There it goes. Whee! So we killed our second Mega Crab. Urdak got a bunch of crossbow skill, and we got another set of Mega Crab ganglions, which we'll be selling in the next episode, as well as we'll be working on the Swamp Hound. With that, I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.